Have you ever wondered why two people can hear the same sound in the same room and yet understand it completely differently? One follows the conversation easily while the other struggles, feels confused, or gets tired just trying to keep up. Most people assume hearing clarity is all about the ears, but that's only part of the story. The truth is, hearing clarity is not created in your ears, it's created in your brain. And once you understand how your brain really works when it comes to hearing, a lot of things suddenly make sense. Why conversations feel exhausting, why background noise feels overwhelming, why you can hear sounds but still struggle to understand words, and why mental fatigue so often shows up alongside hearing issues. Today, I want to explain the brain's role in hearing clarity in a simple, practical way. No technical jargon, no medical lectures, just a clear explanation that helps you understand what's actually happening inside your head every time you listen. Because hearing is not a passive process, it's an active mental task, and your brain is doing far more work than you realize. Let's start with something important. Your ears don't understand sound, they only collect it. Sound enters your ear as vibrations. Those vibrations are converted into electrical signals and sent to your brain. And that's where the real work begins. Your brain has to take those raw signals and turn them into meaning, words, tone, emotion, direction, context. In other words, hearing clarity is not about how loud a sound is, it's about how clearly your brain can interpret it. This is why turning up the volume doesn't always help. You're not dealing with a volume problem, you're dealing with a processing problem. Your brain has specialized areas dedicated to hearing. These areas filter out background noise, focus on speech, predict missing sounds, and fill in gaps when audio information is incomplete. When everything is working smoothly, this happens automatically. You don't even notice it. But when that system is under strain, hearing becomes work. Imagine trying to read a sentence where some letters are missing. You can still understand it, but your brain has to work harder. Now imagine doing that all day with every conversation. That's what happens when hearing signals are unclear or inconsistent. Your brain steps in to compensate. It guesses, it predicts, it fills in the blanks. It pulls from memory and context just to keep up. And while that compensation is impressive, it comes at a cost: mental energy. This is one of the reasons people with hearing challenges often feel mentally exhausted. Their brain is working overtime just to understand what others process effortlessly. And here's something most people don't realize. This strain can happen even before someone notices obvious hearing loss. You don't need to be unable to hear sounds for your brain to struggle. Subtle changes are enough. Slight difficulty distinguishing speech from background noise, trouble following fast conversations, needing more focus to understand accents or voices. These small changes increase cognitive load. Cognitive load is the amount of mental effort your brain is using at any given moment. When hearing is clear, cognitive load stays low. When hearing clarity drops, cognitive load rises. And when cognitive load stays high for too long, you feel it. You feel tired, irritable, foggy, drained, less patient, less focused. This is why many people say, "I can hear, but I can't understand." What they're really saying is, "My brain is working too hard." Another key role your brain plays in hearing clarity is filtering. Your environment is full of sound, traffic, air conditioning, people talking, music, background noise everywhere. Your brain decides what matters and what doesn't. When hearing and brain communication is strong, your brain filters effortlessly. You can focus on one voice in a crowded room. You can ignore irrelevant noise. You can shift attention smoothly. When that system weakens, everything comes through at once. Noise feels louder.
Conversations feel chaotic. Your brain struggles to prioritize. This is often described as feeling overstimulated or overwhelmed. But again, the root issue is not just sound, it's processing. Your brain also plays a critical role in timing. Speech is fast, sounds overlap, words blend together. Your brain has to process sound at incredible speed to keep language clear. If timing is off, even slightly, clarity suffers. Words feel jumbled, sentences lose flow. Understanding requires more effort. Over time, this constant effort reshapes behavior. People start avoiding noisy environments. They withdraw from group conversations. They nod along instead of asking for repetition. They choose quiet over connection. Not because they don't care, but because their brain is tired. And this has emotional consequences too. Social withdrawal increases stress. Stress further impairs cognitive function. It becomes a loop. This is why hearing clarity is so closely linked to mental well-being. Your brain doesn't separate sound from emotion, memory, or attention. It's all connected. When hearing becomes difficult, your brain reallocates resources. Memory suffers, focus drops, multitasking becomes harder, mental stamina decreases. People often assume this is aging or stress or burnout. But in many cases, it's the brain compensating for reduced hearing clarity. Now here's the empowering part. Understanding the brain's role in hearing clarity means that this is not just an ear issue, it's a brain health issue. When you support hearing clarity, you reduce cognitive load. When cognitive load goes down, mental energy goes up. Focus improves, fatigue decreases, presence returns. This is why so many modern approaches focus on overall hearing wellness, supporting circulation to the inner ear, reducing oxidative stress, calming the nervous system, supporting neural communication between ears and brain. When these systems are supported, the brain doesn't have to fight as hard. Listening becomes easier. Understanding feels natural again. People often notice subtle but meaningful changes. Less effort during conversations, less mental drain at the end of the day, better focus, better mood, better sleep. Not because something magical happened, but because the brain is no longer overloaded. This is also why hearing clarity and mental clarity often improve together. They're not separate systems, they're deeply linked. Your brain wants clarity. It thrives on clean signals. When it gets them, everything works better. And this brings us to something important. Hearing challenges are not just about what you hear, they're about how you live. When hearing is easy, life feels lighter. Conversations feel enjoyable. Social connection feels energizing. Mental presence feels natural. When hearing is hard, life feels heavy. Everything requires effort. So if you've ever felt mentally drained for reasons you couldn't explain, if conversations leave you tired, if noise overwhelms you, it may be worth thinking about hearing clarity in a new way. Not as a problem, but as an opportunity to support your brain. Because your brain is doing the hardest work in hearing, and when you take care of it, it takes care of you. If you're curious to learn more about how people are supporting hearing clarity and brain health together, there's a resource linked below that explains this approach in more detail. It walks through the thinking behind it and why so many adults are choosing to support their hearing proactively instead of waiting for exhaustion and frustration to become their new normal. You don't need to make any decisions right now. Just explore the information. Learn something new about how your brain works and see if it resonates with your experience. Thanks for spending this time with me, and I'll see you in the next video.